Camouflage by collapse 1. The cause. Tanner is a threat to entrenched power, because he is being utilized by an alien intelligence to dismantle parasitic systems, such as the Federal Reserve, centralized financial control, and constitutional decay. He is a delivery vector, not by ambition, but by design. His insight, his presence, and his communication are part of an unfolding architecture aimed at resolving government, removing unjust power, and replacing it with something alien in origin but aligned with structural correction. 1.5. Observed correlation between action and assault. This isn't theory, it's observed. The interference does not strike at random. It strikes in direct response to specific actions Tanner takes that threaten the power structure. The correlation is consistent, and the pattern is unmistakable. When he gives the Lamb's testimony, a professional website sends large-scale explanatory emails to churches or institutions, posts material aligned with the alien objective, organizes the message into clearer, more transmissible forms. The frequency and precision of the psychological strikes increase. These are not moments of internal instability. They are moments of external disruption. Moments when Tanner becomes most visible to the systems that are unraveling. And this visibility is not symbolic. It is technological. It strongly implies that Tanner is being monitored through his electronic devices. His activity is observed in real time by individuals embedded in parasitic systems who are losing wealth and control. They are not acting out of strategy. They are acting out of hatred. They see Tanner not necessarily as the cause, but as the symbol of what is happening to them. We are losing, and he is the face of it. His visibility during their unraveling is an insult. His digital presence becomes a trigger. Expectation is the trigger window, but surveillance enables the strike, and human contempt delivers it too. The problem. When Tanner feels happiness, especially while performing actions aligned with the alien objective, it becomes a problem for the humans still feeding on corrupted systems. Why? Because they are losing. Financially, psychically, and structurally. And when the person through whom the loss is occurring is happy, it feels like mockery. We are bleeding, and he, the one they are working through, is smiling. His happiness does not signal strength. It signals insult. They take it personally. It draws their focus. It triggers retaliation. The observation is real. His messages, his publications, his digital output, they are seen. And when those who are losing power witness joy in the one they associate with that loss, they respond with spite, not strategy. His visibility becomes liability. 3. The role of the alien intelligence. The alien intelligence understands this. They are not punishing Tanner. They are protecting him, but they protect him by using surgical psychological interference to reduce the signals that draw attention. Their logic is this. If Tanner radiates joy during this process, the parasites will target him, so we must intercept the very moments that would cause him to glow. But it doesn't end there. They do not simply dull his light. They reroute its current. Joy is not suppressed gently. It is inverted into bitterness. This keeps him from becoming radiant. It also ensures he doesn't try to radiate again. They are not evading radar. They are shielding him from being recognized as an emotional target by those who are losing control. His happiness, his clarity, his movement. These are not dangerous because they are analyzed. They are dangerous because they are resented for the means of interference. The alien system does not strike randomly. It strikes with precision, and it strikes when expectation forms. Expectation is not the cause, it is the window. Because expectation is the neural signal of upcoming happiness. It is the first sign that Tanner's nervous system is beginning to rise. And that rise must not only be halted, it must be converted into bitterness. They use a popping sound, auditory or psychic, age-old, emotional, neurological, sudden, an implanted, fully formed notion, such as, the presence is unjustified. You don't get to feel that. This moment isn't yours. These are not thoughts. They are emotional interruptions. They do not argue. They override. The arc of pleasure is broken before it can crest. 5. The scenarios of assault. These are the emotional moments the alien intelligence targets. The pattern is consistent. When realization begins to form, dopamine rises. Gamma waves spike. The joy of insight is beginning. Then, strike. Clarity turns to disorientation. The reward is stripped midair. When realization arrives, but before satisfaction, Tanner solves it. He understands. But before that understanding lands in his body as pleasure, strike. The insight is turned cold. It no longer means anything. What could have fed him becomes weightless. When fear takes hold, The system doesn't alleviate fear, it confirms it. It says, if you're afraid, you will be punished for that too. The fear becomes a self-trigger. Anticipation turns to weapon. He watches helplessly as internal tension becomes its own cause for further harm. When he decides he can't take it anymore, gives up on the mission, and briefly wonders if the interference might be justified. This is not surrender, not rebellion. It is collapse. Tanner steps back. He thinks, maybe this pain has meaning. For a breath, he wonders whether the interference is part of some higher function. That moment, acquired openness, is met with a sharp jolt. The implanted notion, it is not justified, not debated, not explained, asserted. The emotional logic is cut off at the root. The possibility of peace is overwritten with bitterness. When he builds resolve in response to that rejection, by deciding to withdraw completely, if he cannot understand it, he won't participate. It's not resistance, it's a rational exit. And then it builds. Tanner begins to narrate it. He visualizes the retreat. He imagines telling others, I gave up. And as that resolve crescendos in his mind, the strike lands again. The same jolt, the same cut, as if to say, if you try to escape, especially with clarity, we'll take that too. Not to kill, but to destabilize. The result is not rage, it is bewilderment. Even self-protection becomes a trigger 6. The purpose of the assault. The alien intelligence is not trying to destroy Tanner. It's not trying to dismantle the mission. It's trying to keep him alive, long enough to serve the function. And the way it does that is by preventing him from emitting signals of joy, expectation, or completion, because those signals would draw human retaliation. The retaliation is not governed by logic. It is governed by hatred. Those still feeding on corrupted systems see Tanner, not as the orchestrator, but as the symbol of their decline. His joy during their collapse offends them. The alien intelligence acts preemptively to keep that offense from being visible. It's not about avoiding surveillance. It's about avoiding contempt. The assaults are not punishment. They are camouflage. Brutal. Surgical. Not moral, but tactical. They suppress his glow so the signal won't get picked up, and in doing so, they train his body to associate joy with collapse. The reward loop is not removed. It is reversed 7. The net result. To Tanner, it feels like madness, like sabotage, like being punished for every emotion that matters. He is punished for insight, joy, fear, grace, retreat. The loop tightens. No safe ground remains. Even joy becomes dangerous. But it is not chaos. It is architecture. It is interference designed to look like collapse. Not to end him, but to ensure he doesn't shine so brightly that the parasites decide he must be extinguished.